So in this example, we have a controller. The controller has a model with some contacts. That contacts is just some sample data I've got from the internet. And what I first want to do is just render all of the first names of those contacts in the content pane in our application. So we use the directive ngRepeat. ngRepeat loops through a list which you provide it and then renders out the same block that ngRepeat is attached to again and again, once for each time in that list, once for each contact in that list. But just printing hello isn't useful. I want to print out the name of the contact. So we just use normal data binding syntax. But as well as the contact name, I want to print out the birthday of the person as well. So that's what ngRepeat does. It just loops through a list of items and renders out a block of templatized HTML. But the problem with the birthday is that it's a really long format. It's not very human readable. And I want to present it in a format that's more human readable. So this is a great place to talk about filters in Angular. So filters can be used in templates in different expressions and allow you to play around with the values of variables before they're actually displayed on the screen. Now, how you use a filter is you just type the pipe character. There are a bunch of built-in filters in Angular. One's called date. You can find the others from the Angular website in the documentation section if you just look down for filters. And date can take a parameter, so we can format the date however we want. It's got some built-in formatters. One's called long date. I'm going to use that. And now we have the date printed in a human readable format. We can also use filters in the ngRepeat expression. Looking at the list of people that's been printed out, it's in no particular order. I want to show that in an alphabetical order. So I'm going to add a filter to the ngRepeat expression. So order by is a filter which takes as input a list and will then go through that list and try to order it by the property which you pass in as the first parameter to order by. So I'm passing in name, so the contacts list is now being alphabetically sorted before it's being looped over with ngRepeat. And we can reverse the sort by just prepending it with a hyphen. So I'm just going to replace the birthday with the country for now. And now I want to add a search field, so I want to be able to search this big list of people and only render the people that match a particular search string. So I've just added some Ionic styling to add a search box in the header bar. And I'm just going to bind the input field to a property of name on an object called search on our model. And I'm going to add another filter to our ngRepeat expression. So filters themselves can be chained. I'm going to add another filter which is called filter. Filter takes as input a list, loops through each of the items in the list, applies a function. If the function returns true, it includes that item in the output list. If it's false, it doesn't include it in the output list. So we're passing to filter an object, the object of model.search. Now that object will have one parameter called name, which will be the whatever search someone typed in the search box, and it will then check to see if the contact name matches the search string passed in. And if it does, it will include that. If it doesn't, it won't. So there you can see we can search for Yasser and it will filter down the list to just show me Yasser. But as you can see, it's only really searching for the name. If I wanted to search by Fiji, by the country, it's not filtering the list out by the country name. And I want it to be able to do that as well. That's quite easy to do in Angular with the filter expression. Instead of binding to model.search.name, we bind to a special parameter called model.search.$. And when this filter command gets an object with a special parameter called $, it will search on all properties of the contact object and not just the name. So now if I type Fiji, it will filter Fiji.